Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
We are coming at you from Carson National Forest in northern New Mexico, and this is the Tres Piedras Ranger section, and we are on Forest Road 64G, and we are about 1.5 miles or 2 miles west of that ranger station. We saw this area, saw that there was a motorhome in this meadow area, and so we went down to the ranger station, talked to them just to get some options for the area, and opted for here. And
this is not
gorgeous.
Terribly close to anywhere.
Yeah, we were just kind of, our goal for this summer has been avoid Texas heat.
Yes.
And so we really are just trying to hit a few places around in northern New Mexico in the mountains and check out some different places, so that we're thinking next summer it may be hot in Texas too. We'll know where to come back to.
Since I can attest to the fact it's been hot there for 59 years. I can't remember anything when I was 2, but 59
But anyway,
years.
we know that it gets hot there, and so we're just kind of checking out some different places to cool off a little bit. And came across this one, and it is gorgeous. And honestly, because we're in the middle of nowhere, not exactly the middle of nowhere, we really hadn't planned on making a video about this stop. But it's just so gorgeous.
And there are things to see not that far away.
We are almost exactly 30 miles west of Taos on Highway 64. And so yesterday, our big adventure, we went to Taos, we filled up a propane tank, we got some gasoline, and did laundry. So
we only did laundry because we couldn't have stood each other for another day.
Yeah, we were running out of some clothes. So anyway, but going to Taos, it's a neat little town. If you've never been there, it's worth a go. But personally, I don't want to tow through it.
No, I wouldn't tow through there.
But between here and there, we went over the Rio Grande Gorge Bridge, and that's a national monument.
Yes.
And it's interesting, and if you've never been there, it is a tourist destination. Now, the first time I went, there wasn't the rest area. People just were kind of lined up along the ends.
But they built a rest area.
But they built a rest area. You can walk out on the bridge, but they've blocked off so much of the parking that it's quite a little hike to get out there, and so I just decided, we picked up a few groceries as well. We probably ought to get back. And so, but that is a neat place to stop. And then between here and there,
the Earthships.
Well, the Earthships, yes.
If you don't know what Earthships are, they are homes. They are built into the sides of hills. They are from...
There's 6 tenants. You have to qualify to be qualified as an Earthship.
You have to grow your own food.
Well, it's going to be a self-sustaining environment, and so I'll be putting those 6 tenants on here as we talk about that.
But they use a lot of recycled and repurposed things.
And you could see the bottles in the wall. I mean, it was really interesting, but different. And the guy said they had 80-something of them built, room for 35 more. And our understanding was, if you go there with the plans that satisfy these 6 tenants, that they give you the land. Well, I'm not positive that's the case now.
But Sharon or somebody asked how much the things cost.
I didn't hear his exact answer, but the woman's reply was, well, that's the same as a regular house, because there are several that are actually for sale. Some of them they lease, or you can rent overnight. So you get kind of a feel for it. But that was our friend Vicki Castell had told us that was there in just out of Taos, and it was worth a stop, so we stopped. But then on our way over, we've seen a lot of cattle, okay, in some of the national forests. Just there are cattle guards everywhere.
Yes.
And so we assumed these were going to be cattle, but then as we were going past them, we realized
those aren't. They were beefalo.
And then finally I was like, those look like yak. And so, of course, they didn't pose as well on our way back when we were looking for them, but that was like mile marker 232, 233, somewhere around in there. So if you go and they're still but that
They're supposed to be at that.
They're supposed to be, yeah. Every morning they're supposed to get right there. But that was interesting. But then the area that we're stopped at, the mountains of New Mexico, our experience this trip, and then when we came once before, afternoon showers are fairly common.
Yes.
And the day that we actually ended up here, we had looked at a couple of Forest Service roads, but it was raining earlier in the day, and it was actually raining, and some of the roads, well, one place we had gone to a ranger station at Cuba, New Mexico, because we went through there on our way to Utah. The ranger said, there is some dispersed camping, but we've had a lot of rain. We're supposed to get more rain this weekend, and I would hate for y'all to get stuck. Well, we would too. But we had looked at a few Forest Service roads. We pulled over at some, got our bikes out to ride down, etc. before the rain, and there'd been a lot of puddles and stuff, and we didn't want to get stuck. And so that's why we weren't even really slowing down for this Forest Service road. And then when we saw the Class A out there, we decided, hey, this might be a good place to go. You could clearly see, at least this first quarter of a mile, you can get in there. There's plenty of room to turn around, plenty of room to pull over and go explore and see how far back you want to go.
And we met some folks with a 36-foot fifth wheel.
I don't know how long it is. I know it's 13 and a half feet high.
Yeah.
But they're back.
One.
Yeah, they're on back there a little bit. I will say that we would have been perfectly comfortable going back this first half mile. That's about how far they went. But guys, this morning we saw some people with a casita that were way on back down there with ruts that there's no way I would, but he did it. And then there's another place where you can go back and work your way back over. There's some big rocks over there. Like I said, we hadn't planned on making a video about this place, so what you have are the pictures that we have taken on our phones just to share with our friends and stuff. And so, did get a little bit of video when we were riding our bikes. We rode our bikes down to the ranger station. We've ridden our bikes over to the big rocks several times. I'm going to have to take pictures of big rocks, I guess. I don't think I have any. I may not get any pictures in. If you come here,
they're big rocks.
You'll know what they are because you can see them at the ranger station. But this has been an amazing place, and it's a definite, we would not mind coming back and spending some time here. But tomorrow is Friday, and so we're going to try and get away a little bit earlier on Friday. There's some, I'll just go on and tell you, we'll make a video of this. There's a loop up near Kesta that has 6 BLM campgrounds that are right off of that gorge. We crossed over the gorge here going into Taos, but obviously they didn't just build a gorge for that. It goes on up north, and so they're up near that, and so we're going to go see if we can get in one of those campgrounds, and if we can, we can, and if we can't, we'll
be
find
somewhere else.
But this trip has been awesome. We've been 70s and 80s for the highs, and our friends have been 90s and 100s. So, this is great. But, like we said, this is not exactly on the way.
No.
If I knew where we had come from, because we're just kind of roaming around,
we'd tell you.
I'll show you where this is on a map, but that's about the best I can do. But on Highway 64, if you come west out of Taos, eventually you'll get here. And so this is a gorgeous spot. Carson National Forest is gorgeous, and we have enjoyed our time here. We hope you've enjoyed our look at Forest Road 64G in the Carson National Forest. Thanks for watching
Two Tired Teachers.
That ranger station, even though everything is closed because of COVID, there's a little foyer that you can walk into. They have National Forest maps, the motorized vehicle maps, which I'm getting to where I kind of understand those a little better, for all the different ranger stations for Carson National Forest. But they also have a New Mexico state map and a Colorado state map because we're really pretty close to Colorado as well. But just thought I would throw that in because it was worth the stop.
Yes.